A billionaire gave his adopted son everything: love, education, and a good life. But in the end, the same son he raised as his own humiliated him and threw him out of his own house, never knowing the painful truth that he was adopted. This is the story of a father betrayed, despite all the love and sacrifice he gave to his child. Hello family, welcome back. Before we begin today's story, please subscribe. Your support keeps these stories alive and helps us share voices that deserve to be heard. And in the comments, let us know where you're watching from and how this story touched your heart. Mr. Maxwell was a very rich man, but what made people love him was not his money, it was his good heart. He never ignored people who were in need. If he saw someone hungry, he made sure they had food. If children could not pay their school fees, he paid it for them. To the whole community, he was not just a rich man, he was a father to the poor and a true helper. Yet, deep inside, Mr. Maxwell was lonely. 3 years ago, he had lost his wife during childbirth. Since then, his big house was empty, and his heart was heavy. To ease his pain, he often visited the orphanage, spending time with children who had no parents. One afternoon, he went to the Evergreen Care Home with gifts and money for the children. The little ones rushed to him with smiles, calling him Daddy Maxwell. But as he looked around, his eyes stopped on a 4-year-old boy lying weakly on a bed. The boy's name was Kelvin. His face was pale, and his small body was shaking. The caretakers explained with sadness, "Sir, Kelvin has severe cholera. Most parents don't want to adopt him because of his sickness. He needs a lot of money for treatment." Mr. Maxwell's heart broke. He walked closer, bent down, and gently held the boy's frail hand. With a trembling voice, he whispered, "My child, you will be fine." Right there, he paid for all of Kelvin's hospital bills. But he did not stop there. Day and night, he stayed in the hospital, sitting beside Kelvin, watching over him, and praying until the boy became strong again. When Kelvin finally recovered, Mr. Maxwell could not imagine leaving him behind. He felt a deep love for the boy, as if he had been his own child from the very beginning. With joy in his heart, he took Kelvin home and adopted him. From that day, he raised him with love and care, never telling him about the adoption, because he wanted Kelvin to feel like a true son in every way. Kelvin grew happily in Mr. Maxwell's house. He went to the best schools, he lacked nothing, and he was surrounded by love. He believed Mr. Maxwell was his real father, and he never doubted it, because Mr. Maxwell gave him no reason to question it. Years passed, and Kelvin became a fine young man. At 28, he finished university and returned home to live with his father and to start working in Mr. Maxwell's company. By this time, Mr. Maxwell was old and weak. His hands shook, and his steps were slow. Many times, he walked with a cane for support, and on difficult days, he moved around in a wheelchair. Even in this fragile state, he was happy, because he believed Kelvin would take over his company, protect his legacy, and care for him with love. But soon, things began to change. Kelvin brought home a new girlfriend named Angela. She walked around the mansion like a queen and demanded respect from everyone. She shouted at the maids and insulted the gate man, always claiming they did not treat her well. Many times she would say proudly, "Do you know who I am? This is my boyfriend's house. If you don't respect me, I will sack you." Even Mr. Maxwell himself was not free in his own house. One afternoon, Angela stood in front of the kitchen and said boldly, "Old man, why are you using my kitchen without my permission?" These words pierced Mr. Maxwell's heart like a knife. He felt helpless, because in his weak condition, there was no one to stand by him. The following day, he contacted a home agency and requested for a caregiver. That was how a young woman named Rose came into his life. Rose was humble and gentle. She cared for him with kindness, cooked his meals, and helped him take his medicine. For the first time in a long while, Mr. Maxwell felt a little peace again. One evening, Mr. Maxwell called his son, Kelvin, to the sitting room. His voice was weak and tired. "My son," he said softly, "please talk to Angela. The way she talks to me and the way she treats me makes me sad." But Kelvin didn't even look up properly. His eyes stayed fixed on his phone as he replied, "Dad, you complain too much. I just came back from work. I'm stressed, and I need to rest. Please." Without waiting for a response, Kelvin stood up and walked back to his room, leaving Mr. Maxwell alone in silence. As the days went by, the distance between father and son grew wider. They lived under the same roof, but it felt like they were worlds apart. Angela controlled everything in the mansion. She gave the orders, and Kelvin never questioned her. Whatever she said was final. Many nights, Mr. Maxwell sat quietly in his room, weeping. He asked himself again and again, what did I do wrong? How did the boy I raised with so much love become this cold? The sorrow weighed heavily on him. In those dark moments, the only person who gave him comfort was Rose. She was gentle, caring, and always ready to help. She cooked his meals, gave him his medicine, and kept him company with her kind words. Through her presence, Mr. Maxwell found a little hope to carry on. But life in the mansion was far from peaceful. Trouble was never far away. One evening, his medicine ran out. Mr. Maxwell gave Rose some money and asked her to go to the pharmacy. After she left, he made his way to the kitchen with his walking stick, hoping to cut some fruit for himself. His hands trembled as he held the knife. Suddenly, Angela stormed in. Her voice was sharp and mocking. "What are you doing in my kitchen?" she shouted. "Do you want to spoil something again? Look at your hands. You can't even hold a knife properly." Mr. Maxwell raised his head slowly, his hands firmly on his walking stick. His voice was calm but firm. "This is my house. This is my kitchen. I built it with my money." Angela smirked and flipped her hair proudly. "In case you don't know," she said coldly, "Kelvin is your only son. This house already belongs to him. You are only staying here until your time is over. And as the woman by his side, everything here, including this kitchen, belongs to me." At that moment, Rose returned from the pharmacy. She stopped at the door, shocked by the sight of Mr. Maxwell's teary eyes and trembling hands. She quickly rushed to his side. "Sir, please don't stress yourself," she said gently. "Let me cut the fruits for you." Mr. Maxwell nodded weakly, while Angela hissed loudly and walked out of the kitchen, her heels echoing proudly against the floor. That night, Mr. Maxwell sat in his wheelchair alone in his room. In his hands was a framed picture of Kelvin as a little boy. His eyes filled with tears as he whispered, "What happened to you, my son? Why do you allow yourself to be controlled by this woman?" He pressed the picture close to his chest, his heart bleeding in silence. The next morning, the mansion was quiet. The only sound was the ticking of the wall clock in Mr. Maxwell's room. He sat weakly in his chair, tired and heavy at heart. Rose was beside him, helping him take his morning medicine with care. But peace was far from Mr. Maxwell's mind. He felt restless, so he sent for his son. Kelvin came in with a tired face, dropped his briefcase, and sat down slowly. Mr. Maxwell looked at him and spoke in a calm voice. "My son, I want to talk to you as a father talks to his son." Kelvin sat stiffly, saying nothing. Mr. Maxwell looked at him closely and said, "Angela is leading you astray. It pains me that you cannot see it. I raised you to be wise, not to be deceived so easily." Before he could finish, Kelvin lifted his hand sharply. His voice was loud. "Dad, please. I'm tired of hearing this every day. Why do you always speak against Angela? I love her. She's the woman I want to marry. Why can't you just accept her as part of my life?" Without waiting for a reply, Kelvin stood up and stormed out of the sitting room. Mr. Maxwell sighed deeply and closed his eyes in sorrow. Later that morning, Angela woke up feeling like the queen of the mansion. She called a painter and told him to repaint the front of the house in her favorite color, pink. By 10 a.m., the painter arrived with his ladder, brush, and paints. Just as he was about to begin, Mr. Maxwell, with Rose's help, walked slowly outside, still holding his walking stick. "Hey, you." Mr. Maxwell's voice rang out. The painter froze. "If you paint even one part of this house, you will end up in jail. This is my house. Every wall here belongs to me. Touch it and see what happens." The painter trembled, dropped his brush, and stammered, "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know." Then he ran away in fear. Angela came out clapping slowly, her face dark with anger. "Old man, what is your problem in this house? Don't you get tired of talking? You are always everywhere, buzzing around like a mosquito," she yelled. Mr. Maxwell didn't reply. He simply turned and walked back inside with Rose supporting him. That afternoon, Rose went into the kitchen to prepare her lunch. She opened the fridge and began taking out vegetables. Suddenly, Angela marched in, her voice sharp. "Who told you to touch anything in my kitchen?" she screamed. Rose turned calmly. "Madam, I am not using your food. I am only cooking for myself." Angela walked forward, opened the pot on the fire, and poured the food straight into the sink. "Get out of here. Don't touch anything in this kitchen without my permission." Rose felt hurt but said nothing. Quietly, she left the kitchen and went to Mr. Maxwell's room. She told him everything. Mr. Maxwell gave her some money and said gently, "Go and buy food from the eatery. You cannot starve because of her." Days passed, and tension in the mansion only grew stronger. Angela kept watching Rose with sharp eyes, waiting for another chance to humiliate her. One Saturday morning, Rose was carrying a tray of orange juice to Mr. Maxwell's room. Angela saw her in the corridor and shouted, "Hey, where are you going with that?" Rose stopped, surprised. "It's juice for Mr. Maxwell," she replied. Angela marched up to her and slapped her hard across the face. "I've warned you never to touch anything I bought with my money." Rose held her cheek, her eyes filled with tears, but she stood her ground. "Madam, I respect you, but I am not a slave in this house." Angela grew furious. "So you now have the courage to talk back at me? You are leaving this house today. Go and pack your things." Rose, still holding the tray, answered firmly, "You didn't employ me. You have no right to send me away. Only Mr. Maxwell can do that." Just then, Kelvin walked in, drawn by the noise. Angela quickly ran to him, crying, "Baby, look at what this useless maid said to me. She insulted me and even warned me not to slap her again." Kelvin's eyes flared with anger. He turned to Rose. "How dare you disrespect Angela? Go inside, pack your things, and leave this house immediately." Rose's tears fell as she turned slowly and began walking toward her room. But suddenly, a voice rang from the hallway. "Rose, stop right there." Everyone turned. Mr. Maxwell was standing near the staircase, leaning against the wall, breathing heavily. "You are not going anywhere," he said firmly. "I employed you. I pay your salary. No one has the right to dismiss you. Not even Kelvin." Rose froze, nodding through her tears, and went back to her room. Mr. Maxwell then faced his son. His eyes were sharp and full of pain. "You are crossing the line, Kelvin. I raised you. I clothed you. I gave you everything. And today, you try to send away the only person who still cares for me? I will not allow it." Kelvin looked away, ashamed and uneasy. Angela hissed and said sharply, "You think you can intimidate everyone with your old age? Soon this house will be ours." Mr. Maxwell turned to her slowly. His voice was calm but steady. "Not while I'm still alive." That evening, Angela paced her room like a lioness ready to strike. She had had enough of Mr. Maxwell, and now Rose was also standing up to her. She picked up her phone angrily and called her mother. "Mommy, I'm tired of this house. That old man is becoming a thorn in my flesh," she cried. Her mother, a loud and proud woman, barked back, "What is that old man still doing in that house? Listen to me. If you want full control of the house, make Kelvin send him back to the village. Don't let that old man stand in the way of your future." Angela's face hardened. "Okay, Mommy. I will do as you say." She ended the call and smiled. But for the next 2 days, Angela's behavior changed completely. She no longer shouted or insulted anyone. Instead, she pretended to be calm and quiet. Rose noticed the sudden change and whispered to herself, "Something is strange." Angela spent most of her time in her room, lying on the bed and holding her stomach, groaning as if she was sick. By evening of the second day, Kelvin returned from work and hurried into the bedroom. "Babe, what's wrong? You've been like this for 2 days," he asked, worried. Angela turned her face away and coughed lightly. "I don't know. I've not eaten. I feel weak," she whispered faintly. Kelvin rushed to her side. "Why didn't you tell me? Should I call the doctor?" Angela shook her head slowly. "No, I didn't want to disturb you. I know your father already sees me as a problem." "Don't say that," Kelvin said, holding her hand. Angela looked at him with watery eyes. "I feel unwanted in this house. Either you send your father away, or I will leave. I cannot stay here with someone who hates me." Kelvin froze, his face torn. "Babe, don't talk like that. You are my woman. I love you. If it makes you uncomfortable, then I'll take him to an old people's home." Angela's eyes lit up for a moment, but she kept her voice weak. "Are you sure?" she whispered. "Yes," Kelvin said firmly. "I'll handle it. I'll take care of everything. I don't want you falling sick because of anyone." As he walked out of the room, Angela smiled slyly and whispered to herself, "Old man, you are finally leaving my house." That same night, Mr. Maxwell sat on the balcony, the cool night breeze brushing against his face. His walking stick rested quietly by his side. His eyes looked far away, heavy with worry. Just then, Rose stepped out, carrying a cup of hot coffee. "Sir, here's your coffee," Rose said softly. "Thank you, Rose," Mr. Maxwell replied, taking a sip slowly. His voice was weak but filled with emotion. "You are the only light left in this dark house." Rose sat beside him, her eyes gentle. "Don't worry, sir. One day, Kelvin will realize his mistake. He will come back to his senses." Mr. Maxwell gave a faint smile, but his eyes stayed far away. "I am not worried about myself," he said. "What troubles me is leaving my legacy in the wrong hands." The next morning, Kelvin entered the sitting room with a serious face. "Dad," he said firmly, "I want to talk to you about your health." Mr. Maxwell looked up, and for a moment his heart lifted. He thought his son was finally showing him some care again. Kelvin continued, "I've been thinking, your health is getting worse. You need proper care. So, I want to take you to a nursing home for the elderly. There, you will be more comfortable, and you will get the best care and peace of mind." Mr. Maxwell's mouth dropped slightly. Shock spread across his face. "Are you saying I should leave my own house?" "Dad, I don't mean it that way," Kelvin said quickly. "It's just that you're not strong anymore. I think this will be best for you." Mr. Maxwell leaned back quietly in his wheelchair, his hands resting on his cane. Then, with a faint smile, he looked up. "So, which care home are you taking me to?" Kelvin replied, "Evergreen Care Home. It's one of the best in the country." Mr. Maxwell froze for a second. The name brought back memories. Evergreen Care Home was the same place where he had once found and adopted Kelvin. He closed his eyes briefly, then opened them. "All right," he said softly. "Let's go." The next morning, Kelvin wore a neat, well-ironed shirt and trousers. Mr. Maxwell dressed in a simple white native attire. As Rose adjusted his clothes, tears filled her eyes. "Sir," she said in a broken voice, "why are you leaving for a nursing home? You are still strong enough." Mr. Maxwell placed his hand gently on her shoulder. "Rose, I am not leaving for good. I am only going to uncover the truth." From the balcony above, Angela stood watching with a smug smile. Her arms were folded across her chest as she leaned on the railing. Her lips curved proudly. "Finally," she whispered, "the old man is leaving. This mansion is now ours." She turned and walked back inside, her heels clicking loudly on the tiled floor. Kelvin entered the driver's seat, and soon the car moved slowly through the morning sun. Nobody said a word until they arrived at Evergreen Care Home, a quiet and well-kept place on the outskirts of town. As they stepped out of the car, a group of staff rushed out. Their faces lit up with joy. "Mr. Maxwell, it's been so long. Welcome, sir." An elderly woman hugged him gently. "Mr. Maxwell, we've missed you." Mr. Maxwell smiled warmly and nodded. "I've missed you too." Kelvin stood still, confused. He wondered why his father was being received like a king. His thoughts raced. Why are they treating him with so much respect? What history does he have with this place? They walked into the reception area. Just then, a tall elderly doctor with gray hair came out of his office. The moment his eyes met Mr. Maxwell, he shouted with joy. "My brother, Mr. Maxwell." The two men laughed and hugged tightly like old friends, then walked together into the doctor's office. Kelvin followed behind, still confused. "You know each other?" Kelvin asked. The doctor chuckled. "Who doesn't know this great man? Mr. Maxwell is not only my friend. He is a legend in this community." Kelvin blinked. "A legend?" The doctor nodded proudly. "I will never forget the day I saw Mr. Maxwell do what most men cannot do. There was a sick boy in this home. Nobody wanted to adopt him. He was almost dead. Everyone turned away. But Mr. Maxwell carried him in his arms and said, 'This boy will not die. I will take care of him.' He paid the bills, stayed with him, and even adopted him as his own son. That day, he earned my total respect." Kelvin's mouth opened slowly. His hands began to shake. What boy are you talking about?" he whispered. The doctor walked to a shelf and brought out an old photo album. He flipped through the pages and stopped. "Mr. Maxwell, do you still have that picture of the boy?" Mr. Maxwell nodded, reached into his pocket, and pulled out a small folded photograph. Carefully, he handed it to Kelvin. Kelvin's hands trembled as he unfolded the paper. His breath caught in his throat. It was a photo of a weak little boy on a hospital bed, with Mr. Maxwell sitting beside him. Kelvin froze. His voice cracked. This is me." Tears filled his eyes as he looked up. "Dad, is this true? Am I that boy? You adopted me." Mr. Maxwell's eyes were filled with deep love and silent pain. He said nothing. Kelvin's chest rose and fell. His voice shook. "You mean I'm not your real son?" Silence filled the room like thunder. Kelvin's legs grew weak. He dropped into a chair and buried his face in his palms. The doctor looked straight at him and said softly, "Kelvin, your father is a good man. Don't lose him." Tears rolled down Kelvin's face. He fell to his knees before Mr. Maxwell. "Dad, I didn't know. I didn't know." Mr. Maxwell's eyes were red but calm. He lifted Kelvin to his feet and spoke softly. "Kelvin, I never wanted you to find out this way. The truth is, my wife died while giving birth. I thought I would never be a father again. But then I saw you, sick, alone, rejected. Nobody wanted to touch you. But my heart told me, this boy is mine now. I paid your hospital bills, I stayed with you, and when you recovered, I adopted you. I raised you as my son. I gave you everything." His voice grew stronger, filled with pain. "But you turned against me. You let a woman insult me in my own house. You stood by while she pawed my food away. And you even tried to send me out. Kelvin, you broke my heart." With that, Mr. Maxwell turned slowly and walked out of the room with his cane. Kelvin stood speechless, tears soaking his shirt. His whole body trembled with regret. That afternoon, Kelvin sat in his car outside the mansion. The engine was off. His head was full of memories, clear and painful. He thought of the first bicycle his father bought him when he was 7. He remembered coming home in tears after bullies mocked him, and Mr. Maxwell holding him tight, saying, "Don't cry, son. You're special." He also recalled his first heartbreak, and Mr. Maxwell comforting him, "You will find true love one day." Tears ran down Kelvin's cheeks. "What have I done?" he whispered. "He gave me everything, and I gave him pain." Just then, Angela appeared, wearing a short red gown and long lashes. She looked at him sharply. "Wait, what's this? Don't tell me you're emotional over that old man." Kelvin's voice rose in anger. "Don't call him that. Don't you ever call him that again." Angela stepped back. "You're scaring me," she said nervously. Kelvin stepped out of the car and faced her. His voice shook with pain. "You ruined me, Angela. You turned me against the man who gave me life. You made me believe he was a burden. You made me insult him in his old age." Angela laughed awkwardly. "Kelvin, calm down. You're still his son. You still have everything." Kelvin shouted, "No, I'm not his biological son. He adopted me. I just found out the truth. I am not his real son. Angela froze. Her eyes widened. What? You mean you were adopted? Kelvin nodded slowly, tears in his eyes. Yes. And I treated the man who saved me like trash. Angela's tone changed instantly. So, this house, the cars, the company, they are not even yours by right. Kelvin looked at her sharply. That's all you care about, isn't it? Not my pain. Not my regret. Just money and power. Angela tried to touch him. No, baby, I care about you. Shut up. Kelvin shouted. Angela, leave me alone. Later that day, Mr. Maxwell returned home. He said nothing to anyone as he went straight to his room. He picked up his phone and called his lawyer. Prepare my will. Come and read it today. I want everyone present. By evening, the living room was full. The air was heavy. Kelvin sat quietly, his face swollen from tears. Angela sat beside him, rolling her eyes and whispering, Relax. You know everything will be yours. Rose stood quietly near the pillar, not knowing why she had been called. The lawyer, an elderly man with glasses, walked in carrying a brown envelope. Good evening. Mr. Maxwell has asked me to read his will. He cleared his throat. This will was signed and sealed 2 months ago. Everyone leaned in. The mansion, this property you are seated in, shall be inherited by Miss Rose. What? Angela screamed. Kelvin's mouth fell open. The lawyer continued firmly, ignoring them. Miss Rose will also become the new CEO of Mr. Maxwell's company, with full power to run its daily operations. All other assets, vehicles, foreign accounts, stocks, and estates shall be donated back to Evergreen Care Home Orphanage. Rose gasped, covering her mouth in shock. Kelvin's head spun. He stood up slowly. What? What are you saying? You mean I get nothing? His voice cracked as he began to sob. Angela turned to him in disbelief. Wait, so you didn't inherit anything? The lawyer calmly packed his files. The reading of the will is complete. My work here is done. The room was heavy with shock and sorrow. From this emotional story, we understand that parents are treasures who should never be disrespected. Mr. Maxwell gave his all, yet his son forgot the love and sacrifice that raised him. Gratitude is greater than wealth, and anyone who forgets the hands that lifted them will one day regret it. If you were in Mr. Maxwell's shoes, would you forgive Kelvin? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more touching stories, and kindly turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next upload.